Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Spectacles. So this session is all about Django. So the story is simple. The honor name, sorry, not a honor name. A father of Django is there are two fathers. First one is Andrian Holopathy, and second one is Simon Wilson. So they were work at uh, Lawrence World newspaper company. So because they are creating multiple times of CRUD operation to give a simple approach, that's why they created a Django. So that's it. uh, Else you can go on and research about it, no issues in that, but this is a basic story why Django started. And Django invented on and started on 2003 and popular at 2005, and now we are using a Django, and there are multiple things like Flask, but Flask and Django, we'll talk about it later, but kind of a similar thing, not a simple not a similar but kind of a similar. So let's start with VS Code and Django. Before starting, you should know about Python, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then only approach this video, else you don't understand anything. So and basic setup is you need to install basic setup like Python and VS Code or any other IDE wherever you comfortable, but VS Code, Atom or PyCharm recommended by me, and that's it. And you have a good system in your hand. That's it. So let's start it with a approach of Python. Okay. So here I'm starting with a Django. Okay. So first you need to create a virtual environment. So for creating a virtual environment, write your pip3. But before that, let me show you which version I am using here. I am using here version 3.13, and write pip3 to create a virtual environment. Virtual environment something like where you um, installing and creating your own folder rather than giving a load in your main drive. So that's why we are using a virtual environment. So it is very feasible, and it is you can say that flexible to approach in your system, and you can deploy wherever you want that packages. So that's why we are using in virtual environment to give a simpler and customized and uh, compatible resources to our deployment system. Okay, so here I'm writing pip3 and write virtual install virtual environment virtual env, which is already installed in my system. Now to create a folder of virtual environment, you need to write a command of virtual env, and after that write venv and press enter. Okay, after that activate this. So for activate there is a command, because I am using a iOS. If you are not using a iOS, you are using a Windows, so instead of source you can write a cd and then move into folder, then activate it and back to your folder. So if you are using iOS or Linux, so you can write source. So write source venv bin and activate. As you can see, my virtual environment activated because this folder name came here. Okay, now one more thing, you can see that I activated from this folder and this file, activate file. Okay, now that's how you can set up a basic of your virtual environment. Now whatever you are installing, it will not going to impact in your directly in your system, it will impact on this folder. Okay, right, pip install Django. Now, as we install Django here, after installing Django, write Django admin and write start project and write project name. So I'm using a tech spectacles short form tech s, that is tech spectacles, and this is a command of Django, and press enter. Okay, now here as you can see I created one folder. In this folder we have init.py. So this tag as this tag as consider as in package by init.py. So whatever I will give or I will use this tag spectacles, this will understand as in package of tag spectacles. Now this is a part of a development WSGI and ASDI. So this is when I will going to deploy my this project. So then I will going to give you a brief of WSGI and ASGI, but you can consider that comes under WebSocket or web. Okay, so here there is a settings.py, and this is the whole environment of whatever I want to give a settings or give a global settings in my project. So through the help of settings.py I can give my any kind of settings under the project, like giving a directory name of a static files, giving a directory name of templates, giving a directory name of HTML and so on, or applications, or if I want to include some application, if I include a middlewares globally of my project, so I can. Okay, and if I want to change something in database, so I can. So like this I can work with a settings.py. Okay, and manage.py, it's compile whole app package or whole applications or whole projects, and after that compile it and render it in your uh, server. So it's a work of a manage.py. So that's this is files of text. This is a file of a Django which given by the command of Django admin and start project. Now what I want to do here, I want to create one application and start my project. So first of all I will show you how this looks like. So python manage.py, python 3 manage.py, and run server. So it compiles each and everything. Okay, so I have to go in tech spectacles because the manage.py under tech s. So I will move into it, and after that what I will do, I will just throw this command and it works. As you can see, my Django works successfully here. Okay, and so I am splitting my screen here. Okay, now perfect here. Create one application. Here what I will do, I will create one application, I will write it down high. So give a command Django admin start app and write your app name, that is index. And as you can see here, I created one index, and here write down, instead of render, write http response, and write index, it's a function name, give a request, and after giving a request, return, and here write http response request again. There's a, of course there's a parameter, and this passes an argument in return, and here I will write it down like hey. So for hey I will write name, and this name I will pass it from here, name equals to hey. Now in URLs I will import this views from index.views import, and after import write index. Now copy this, not copy this, no, it's okay, I will show you. Now here first one is your URL. Okay, so this first parameter of path, that is your URL. So I'm leaving a blank so that I don't need to write slash index or slash any other thing. So in to give a index page, I am not giving any of URL name, and after that write views dot, and here write index, views dot index here, and write name equals to index. That's it. Now what we can do is from index dot index dot views or what we can do is index dot views, maybe I'm import index from index import views, views on index, give a refresh here, and in views there should be name hi, now here I need to pass dictionary because I am using a context here and passing a command. So here I will write hey, and here I will write hey, and okay, I don't need to require passing here a name, I can approach directly because I am using a HTTP response here. So here I will write h1 tag spectacles, Control S, refresh this, and it's reflective. So that's how we can work with Django if you don't want to throw, so it gives you an error. So that's why we are giving in one argument and passing a one argument, that is request. Okay, now coming to another one, that how we can create an HTML and how we can render this HTML through the help of Django. So for this I will make another, so here I will write a function name that is experiment. Experiment is not a good word, I will write greeting. So give a greeting, and here I will render this through the help of shortcuts. Give a render, and here I will write request. Now make one index.html, which is not here right now, and that's it. Make one folder name, that is templates. Please don't change the name, because if you change the name of templates, so it is not going to reflect any other name. So write a templates, and here we'll make new file and write down index.html, one boiler template here, and give a command that is name is h1 and write hello. This is HTML. Now what we can do is, in this URLs, not go in URLs directly, because I want to give you an idea of URL mapping too through the help of this method and technique. So where we can go is, we can go in settings.py, and here we'll write templates, or giving a directly approach of templates. Instead of here we can write a template dir, and write path. Under this path we need to join a commands of os.path, os.path.join. Now join the base dir. So import os, operating system, and here we need to join of base dir, and now we'll write it down a folder name, that is templates. Here give a template dir, create a template dir folder. Now it will not going to work. Why? Because I'm going to give a URL mapping too through the help of this. So here make one new folder and write URLs, which is, don't make a folder, make a file of urls.py, and here copy this, paste it over here, and give a local commands. We don't need for this application, because we are using a local URLs of application, and then give a global access through the help of main URL, through the help of include. So that thing helps to give a good naming of URL. That's why I'm using this. So here write from Django.urls and import path from index import views. So we can directly move into views here. So from index import views, and here what we can do is give a path, and here don't forget to give a comma, and here we can write slash experiment or slash greetings slash greeting. Now give a comma once again. Here write views dot greeting here, and name equals to greeting. That's it. Check it out with URLs. Import index here directly, and we don't need to write this or this one. Here write path, give a blank because there is a first application, so we can give a singular page, or you can say that index page. That's why I'm not giving any kind of URL names of main under main file. And write include. Here we can access of URLs, so write index dot URLs, and here write include. Now when I will trigger this command, python 3 manage.py run server, here is your settings. Under this setting, it's saying that give a comma here, os dot os dot path, now here as we can see, give a slash, and here greeting. Now it's saying that page not found. Okay, let me check why it's not found here. So include URLs is perfect, slash greeting. Okay, so here is your view greeting and name is your greeting. And if we are going to check with URLs, so here is your slash greeting, because I didn't give any of a URL name in main file, so it is not going to work. Okay, no issues. So here I'm importing this URLs, index.urls, and here is your index.urls. Right, like this. Okay. Okay, so this is views and how we can work in a URL mapping. I showed you. Now let's talk about our models. Thank you.